Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I'm going to be doing kind of a chatty get ready with me using some fun new products that you guys have definitely requested to see. I'm going to be catching you up on just the crazy, not so awesome week that I have had and just really kind of chat again with you guys because I have missed doing that. I feel like I do so many Project Pan updates and that it's been ages since I've just sat down and played with makeup with you guys. So I have some new makeup from Nomad Cosmetics, from Kaleidos Cosmetics, some old favorites, everything just sort of jumbled in there. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Okay, so I am looking a serious mess right now. My hair is looking crazy. It's probably 90% dry shampoo at this point. Just wearing an old Dunder Mifflin t-shirt and drinking lots and lots and lots of coffee. This was actually a coffee cup that my best friend gave me, and I am needing just all of the emotional love and support I can get because last week was a week. And we're gonna get into it. Now, the eyeshadow palette that we're gonna be using today is this one right here. This is from Nomad Cosmetics. Look at that, that's so freaking awesome. So this is their Haunted Europe palette. I had mentioned that I have purchased a ton of new palettes recently, and the one that you guys said that you wanted to see the most was this one right here. I had planned to do a 3 looks 1 palette. I may still do that, I'm not 100% sure, but I did want to get on camera and at least use this once because this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. These are all of the colors inside, and they are all shade named after haunted characters, places, castles, things like that across Europe, and I just think that's such a brilliant idea. Although, for that reason, I may not actually say all of these shade names because I have a feeling that there are some I will just say completely incorrectly. So, I'll do my best. I am not trying to offend anybody if I totally butcher the heck out of it. But I think I'm going to do a relatively simple look with this. To be honest, this is the second time that I'm filming this because the first look went so just haywire because apparently I can't talk and do intricate eyeshadow at the same time. Who knew? Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just sit down. I've already put on my eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and then I always just set from the crease to the brow bone. I don't typically set the lid, so that is what I've already done until this point. So let's go ahead and talk about my week last week because it was a bit of a crazy week, on top of everything that has been going on, I have had a lot of family drama. I'm not going to get into it, but it is something that has been weighing very, very heavily on me. And I'm sure that that is not helping all of the situations that have gone on in my house over the past week. I do genuinely believe that your energy can, you know, affect the things going on around you. And that has been weighing very, very heavily on me. So perhaps none of these things were quite as bad as they felt at the time, but it is what it is. So, I will start with Monday the 18th. So that day actually started out pretty normally. My husband and I, you know, did all the things that we normally do. Went for our morning walks, which up until last week, I've been doing such a good job about. I've been walking usually about 2 miles every morning, and it's been wonderful. The weather has been spectacular. I love autumn. I've said that many times before. The weather has just been awesome. So Monday started out pretty normally. Everything was fine. Picked up our son from school, and I don't know, maybe about 10-15 minutes after my husband got home with him, we get a note from the school letting us know that somebody in my son's class had tested positive, which is a terrifying, terrifying email to be getting. Certainly much more terrifying for the family involved, of course, but I do very much appreciate that our son's daycare, we call it school, is still taking things very, very seriously. at any point, if somebody tests positive, or they're notified that somebody has tested positive rather, an email goes out that either says, A, your child has not been in contact with this person, just letting you know that this happened, or you get the email that we got most recently that said your child has been in contact with someone who tested positive, the last date that that person was in attendance at the school, and what the move forward is. So in this case, he cannot go back to school until the 25th at the earliest. And that's, of course, provided that he does not show any symptoms or anything like that. So that was definitely a very scary email to be getting. But to be honest, it hasn't been something that has been rough on me. I'll be very honest. Like, having all 3 kids at home definitely changes things up a bit as far as the dynamic goes. But selfishly, I love having the little booger home, you know? I love that kid so much. So that part of it, I didn't, the circumstance, of course, was a scary one, but having him home is much more difficult on him than it is on me, because A, he wants to see his friends. Come on, let's be honest. He misses his friends, but also he wants more one-on-one attention than what I can really give, or he wants to do things that aren't age appropriate for his sisters, which is difficult for him to, at 4 years old, the world is only comprised of you. So he'll want to go out in the backyard and play, which in and of itself is fine. We can all 4 of us can go out there. But his favorite activity in the whole world is swinging. He loves his swings. And I can't push him on the swings when we have baby sisters out there, because A, it means that I am not, giving them the kind of looking after that they need. But also, inevitably, somebody will get feet to the face. That's just what's going to happen, because those girls have no concept about safe distances from the swings. Like, that's just how that works. So he gets really disappointed about things like that I can't focus solely on him. So it's been definitely more frustrating for him than it has been for me having him home. I hope that makes sense. So that in and of itself was a thing. So I posted that on my community tab just to let you know I might be a little bit MIA on socials, because, I've got less free time. I don't have a lot of free time as it is, but with the girls, they still nap twice a day. And so I have a little bit of time to do things like go to the grocery store, put on makeup, post to socials, do some editing, things like that, which having him home means that I don't have that free time anymore. Well, unfortunately, the next day on Tuesday, I went to go do some editing. My computer wouldn't turn on. So that was a, less than awesome development. I had been hoping that it was just the power brick on the cord that I was using, and luckily I have a second one. I've got a plug-in downstairs and a plug-in upstairs here in my office. So I brought my computer up here, plugged it in, and initially it turned on. So I was like, okay, great. Just a dead cord. So I left it to charge throughout the rest of the day, and then that evening I came up to get it so that I could edit my deck of panning project pan, and it didn't turn on again. And I was like, well, that's not good. That is not good at all. That is really bad. So my husband, who is in IT and knows a lot about computers, took it apart, took a look at it. Ooh, this brush may not have been the wisest choice for this. Yeah, we're gonna change brushes on that. So he took it apart, and we were very much hoping that it was the battery, because that would make life so much easier. So he ordered a new battery for my computer, and we just sort of sat and waited with our fingers crossed. So that was Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, so around 4 a.m. one of my daughters woke up in the middle of the night and was crying. And she does that somewhat often. She usually wakes up crying a little bit around somewhere between 5:30 and 6 every day, but she falls back asleep pretty much immediately, and you know, that's that. But this crying was different. I don't know how to explain it. It had a different sound to it, and I was worried. So I went in to go get her, partially because I was worried and also because she and her sister still share a room, and I didn't want her waking up her sister. For those of you that might be new, I have twin girls who are just over 1.5 years old. So I brought her in to my room to come lay down with us, and she was so hot to the touch. Like, her body was just radiating. Her head was hot. Her little feet were hot. Her feet were hot. They felt like little hot rocks. Everything was just hot. Her hands, her body, her back, her chest, everything. So I was definitely concerned, for sure. So we laid in my bed until 6:30 when we typically get up. And then I gave her some children's Motrin, and that helped. That brought the fever down. But as soon as that wore off, then it came back. So by that evening, with this having gone on and her fever not really improving over the course of the day, I reached out to the pediatrician and got an appointment set up for Thursday. So that was good. And it was a little scary. So we went in to the pediatrician, and they couldn't find anything that was like wrong with her outside of the fever itself. Like, she didn't really have any other symptoms outside of some mild congestion and mild runny nose. But we're going through a season change, and so that, for me at least, in my adult body, is pretty normal to get some congestion around the season change. So they said that it could be the beginning of an upper respiratory infection. RSV is kind of going around right now. And even though the girls don't ever leave the house, again, my son is in daycare, and, you know, he could pick up something and bring it home. However, on that same note, that same vein, that was kind of a big concern for me, since he was already home on quarantine, was whether or not there was anything else to be concerned about. So we did, out of precaution, get her tested, and thankfully that came back negative. So that is an absolute, you know, weight off of me, because I have no idea what I would do. This is looking crazy. I know I always make a big mess and then clean it up later. You know, I don't know what we would do if one of our children ended up testing positive. That's a terrifying thought. So very glad that she tested negative, but the pediatrician did say that it would probably get worse before it gets better, as far as like her fever goes and things like that, and just to continue with the children's Motrin and Tylenol alternating, and if it persists for more than 5 days, to bring her back in. So that's where we were with that. Fast forward to Friday. Yeah, today is Saturday, so yesterday. New battery arrived! Yay! Pops it into my laptop, and my laptop turns on, because the battery had, you know, a half a charge in it. When they ship it, they don't ship it, you know, empty. So that in and of itself was good, but when you plug it in, it's still not charging. So that means that it's something to do with the connector from the, like, where you plug the plug-in. Plug the plug-in. Come on, Ashley, you have words. Something's going on there that is preventing the charge from actually getting from the cord to the battery. So that's not good, because that's something that he cannot fix. My husband cannot fix. There's a lot that he can do, but that is not one of the things. So we have to now decide what to do, if we can find a professional to fix it, pay them, or if not. So what we're doing, and if you're seeing this, it means that we've already done it because I'm filming even though I have no way of editing it. We're thinking that what we're going to do is he's going to pull my hard drive and then put it onto, I have an old laptop, the one that this one replaced, and hope for the best. Hopefully he can get that computer working and I at least have something to use. So hopefully you're seeing this, although I have no idea when you'll be seeing this because I don't have a working computer. Okay, I'm going to go clean up all of this madness so that we can do our face makeup and then get back to it. Okay, much better. It's not looking, it's seriously deranged. I do not know how you do it when you apply your face makeup first and then, like, I watch so many tutorials. Angela Bright, one of my favorites, and she's already got most of her face makeup done. She's able to, like, create these perfectly blended lines and edges without looking like an insane person. So that's something that hopefully I can teach myself how to do because I don't know how you do it. Professional people out there or people that are just much better at makeup, tell me in the comments below, how do you do this? I don't understand it. So let's go ahead and go on to the face makeup. So this week coming up, starting on the 25th, is at my son's school. It is their spirit week. So excited about that. He is a lot like me in that he loves a good theme. And I appreciate that about him so much. Halloween is one of my very favorite holidays. You guys know this, and it's honestly one of his. He's so excited. The last day of Spirit Day, they have a trunk or treat at school, and everyone wears their costumes and everything, and he is so looking forward to it. I hope this isn't too light. I haven't used this in a while. This is my Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. It's in WN1 Flax. But if I need to, I've also got my concealer here that is a little bit too dark that I use as a mixer. But he's so super excited. And this year he has decided that he wants to be a pirate. And he has been so excited. We picked out, a couple of weeks ago, we picked out a pirate costume on Amazon. And he wanted my husband and I to be pirates with him as well. And so I was like, okay, we can do that. And then my original idea was to dress the girls up as mermaids because I thought that would be really cute. You got a pirate and some mermaids. The problem I was running into, though, is that the mermaid costumes that I could find were either for like newborns, they were like crocheted and just intended for pictures basically, or they were for older kids. They weren't the right size, and most of those were all, and I should have realized this, were all two-piece, and I didn't want them to get cold because we are going to try to trick-or-treat this year. We didn't get to last year because of everything that was going on and lockdowns and stuff like that. So my son is so excited about trick-or-treating this year. So when we were at Target doing some grocery shopping last weekend, maybe, I don't remember now, we went into the Halloween section because I like to buy decorations kind of piecemeal. I don't want to do it all at once because it just feels overwhelming that way. But we were over there looking at decorations and stuff because he is obsessed with decorations. When we go on our evening walks, his favorite thing to do is find decorations and call them out, and he just has so much fun with it. And while we were over there, I was looking at the Halloween costumes, and they had some that were 18 to 24 months. The first one that I saw was a squid. So I was like, you know what? This could work. So they had a squid and they have a shark. So my girls are going to be a squid and a shark. Oh my gosh, and I am so excited about it. We have a little wagon that we're gonna use to take them around the neighborhood in, because the girls obviously aren't going to be walking any sort of distance, and that's a little bit more fun than putting them in the stroller. And I am so excited. If I were a crafty mom, which I am not, I would find a way to turn the wagon into like a pirate ship. But I just thought that would be so freaking funny. So one of the girls is going to be a squid and the other is going to be a shark, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right. All right, so as you can see, I have the rest, well, almost all of the rest of my makeup done. I did decide to go ahead and jump off camera to do that because I didn't want this video to become like an hour and a half long. You guys know that I am so rambly and so long-winded. So I have everything done. Everything that I used will be linked in the description box below. Now we're just gonna go ahead and finish up the under eyes as well as try on a new lip product. Very excited. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do a pretty minimal lower lash line. I have just been feeling lately like lower lash lines and I don't really get along very well. It just seems like instead of looking nice and smoky, it just looks kind of haggard and tired. And I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong with them, but they just have not been doing me any favors lately. So I don't know. If you've got any tips for me, I always love your tips and tricks and suggestions, and honestly just conversation. It means so much to me. You just have no idea. But I do like putting at least just something on my lower lash line, because otherwise it just, I don't know, doesn't look balanced, maybe is the right word. But I don't know, before I got really into doing YouTube and got much more into makeup, I never did a lower lash line and I thought it looked fine. But now, I don't know, I just feel a little weird. Okay, so just put on a tiny bit of Mary King's Close. Now I'm just gonna go in with just a flat liner brush, smudger brush, not sure exactly what this is, and I'm just gonna press a little bit of, what is this, Count Dracula up against just the lash line itself, just to give it some definition. I'm not going all the way in, I'm just doing the outer kind of 1/2 to 2/3. Just like that. I think I'm gonna leave it there. And then I think I am going to do kind of a fun inner corner highlight. I think I wanna use this mint green. So pretty. This is called Highgate Cemetery. So I think I kind of want to do some research and find out where all these places are. I think that would be kind of fun. But I think this will just be something a little bit different for this look. I'm actually really loving the way that the look itself turned out. What do we think? Hopefully it doesn't look too strange, but I don't know. I like doing something just a little bit unexpected. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. And as I mentioned, I do have some new lip products. So I put up on Instagram that I did make my first Kaleidos purchase, and I purchased some of the Cloud Lab clay lip paints, and I'm very excited. So they have a build your own set. You get to choose the 10 and 4 of their lip. And I did, so I'm very excited. I've tried 2 of these already. I've played around a little bit. I'm gonna wear them more, but I think the one that I want to play with today is called Terra. It's kind of a warm, kind of orangey terracotta brown, obviously Terra. And I'm really excited. So far, I really like them. They are a very moussey sort of formula. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love this. Hold on, let me put this down because I need more hands. I really love this applicator. It is the perfect size and shape. It doesn't apply too much product. It really allows you to make a nice, crisp, lovely line. So far, I am very, very impressed. Very impressed. So out of everything that we use today, I do have 2 new products that I use, the lip color and the eyeshadow palette. I mean, the eyeshadow palette is no longer brand new. I have used it before, but I'm really, really loving the way that all of this came out. I am so happy with this. All right. I do want to mention also, I went on and on and on about my little girl's fever, but I'm hoping that we are on the mend. As of today, her fever has been the lowest that it has been. So I'm really hoping that we're on the tail end. That would be great. But I did want to give you that update because I realized after I jumped off camera to do my face makeup that I had not mentioned that. And that's an important thing to mention. So excellent. Well, let me know, do you want to see more looks using this palette? I also have picked up, I mentioned in another video that I also picked up from Menagerie Cosmetics, the Indigo Ink palette. Let me know if you want to see that. Or I picked up some new ones from ColourPop. I've also picked up from Kaleidos. I picked up one of their Futurism Astro Pink palette. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. As well as their Flower Punk palette. So let me know what you want to see as far as looks go, and I will be happy to put them together for you, provided I can ever get back to editing. As always, everything that I am wearing is going to be linked in the description box below, and if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.